Welcome to Output Wizard, an Alexio short course. In this course, we will look at how to use the Output Wizard. This is something that appears as an output option for many reports, but you'll also see it in some other places. Most of the times it's related to when you're working with lists of people, groups of people. So let's discuss the Output Wizard. In my case, I am going to use the Output Wizard as it relates to the output for this report, 3212 Attendance Details. Let's select the report. I'll go back and run my report for the month of January. So in my case, I've selected a specific month, and I'll go back and select January. I'll select all attendance for all types of events for this particular month. And rather than running the report, I'll choose the Output Wizard. With the Output Wizard engaged, I'm going to select a mail merge. The options at the top will be something you want to pay attention to. We have had a previous course where we discussed naming, household name, mailing name. These options will take effect here. So for instance, if I select, we'll use the default, which is household name. I'm going to do a mail merge. And for my purposes right now, I'm just going to have it create a letter in the moment. As you can see, you could select from some existing form letters that you have. I'll select to preview. When I say it will create a letter, I do not mean to suggest that it's going to create a letter that is unique to the type of report you're running. What we're looking at, though, is a mail merge. So if I select View Merge Data, it flips from showing the field that's being pulled to the actual data that's in that field. So again, when we selected the Output Wizard, we said we wanted household name. And so here's William and Clarissa Abbey. I'm going to close this and make a different choice. I'm going to skip the middle one. We'll come back and talk about that one. I'm going to output a record for every person. So in this case, when we choose Preview and we view Merge Data, we're getting an individual letter for Clarissa Abbey. So why, I guess, the first question would be, why is Clarissa Abbey on the list in the first place? So let's close back out of our mail merge. This really isn't necessarily a discussion about mail merge as much as it is using the Output Wizard. So this particular report, Attendance Details, the people that I will have a record for, so in this statement that it's going to output a record for every person, each person has attendance details for the month of January. That's how they are on this list. The behavior of this would not differ. In my case, again, I chose sample letter. It certainly could have been just as easily an option to say, I'm going to go out and browse my local drive and select a pre-formatted letter that I've done in Microsoft Word. As you can see, these are the file formats that it would be looking for. And then you can also use follow-up letters that you've already created. So this would be a listing of all the follow-up letter types that are in my administration area, and I can use that. You can use it as a starting point, and then you can still edit that information. The final option down here is to indicate that you would want to do your editing in Microsoft Word. We mentioned that the Output Wizard is going to appear in a few different places in the Alexio database, and one of those would be in the communication area. If you select Mail, you really are working with the Output Wizard here. It isn't labeled as such, but as you can see, the formatting here is identical to what we just saw. In this case, you have a very convenient option for selecting who you want to mail to by selecting the To button there. A final note about the output run record per household using first and last names. What that simply means is, and we did not look at an example, that simply means that rather than saying the exact household name, it's going to separate. So if the household name is Clarissa and Howard Abbey, then it's going to have in the To field Clarissa Abbey and Howard Abbey. It's probably the least used, but it's certainly worth experimenting. It will also reveal to you, my caution would be make sure to check on your outputs there. It will reveal oddities you might have in the way people's names are labeled. So more commonly you would be using this or this. Well, that's it for the Output Wizard. Again, you'll see it in a few different places in the database. The behavior is always the same. Thanks for watching this Alexio short course.